Welcome to the Neighborhood News. It's Tuesday, 7 o'clock at night, and you are watching one more show of the Neighborhood News. And again, I want to remind you, if you are watching our show and it's not a Tuesday night, it's because you're watching a repeat show. Please come back next Tuesday and we will have a brand new show for you and guests to talk to us too. For our Portuguese community, sejam bem-vindos para mais programa de notícias da sua vizinhança. Este é programa que é transmitido aqui no canal 95, todas as terças-feiras, às 7 horas da noite. Se está a ver o programa e não é terça-feira, é porque está a ver programa que está a ser repetido. Portanto, volte na próxima terça-feira às 7 da noite e nós estaremos aqui de novo com mais novo programa e também com mais convidados. To my right, and she's not Republican, is Bernadette. Thank you again for making to the show today. I know you're still celebrating.
I sure am. The day after, how can you not still celebrate? Come on.
I think people didn't went to sleep.
Nope. I saw some Facebook posts, people playing hooky today.
And we just had the show on WSAR this morning, and we congratulate about the game, and it was a very nice game, and
absolutely
finally
something to be proud of.
Finally, after 20-some years,
yeah.
I don't remember that. I was not born yet when
he wishes. He wishes.
When that happened, but. And today we have in studio two very special guests. We have Jeff and we have Laura. Mm-hmm. And today we're going to be talking about two events that is going to happen this month here on the city of Fall River. One is our block party on the 23rd, right on Pleasant Street. And another one is going to be the Nelly Day from the Nelly Strong Foundation. That's why Laura is here. And they both are involved on our organization and our event. Jeff is the guy that's going to be paying for all the damage. So he brought the financial sides into the Pleasant Street block party because, and it's funny, we met the first time, they were looking for my help. Mm-hmm. And on the end, I think they've been helping me more than I've been helping them. But, and Laura is going to be there, and the foundation is going to be there to give us the support and the volunteers that we need to make this event what we want to make it, the way we want to make it. First of all, I already thanked you on Facebook and all over the place, on the radio this morning, but now it's time to thank you on TV. Jeff, thank you for being there financially supporting this event, which everything's going to be free for the kids. Everything from the hot dogs, the games, the bouncer house, the famous, becoming famous already, water slide that they're trying to put me on, but I don't know if that's going to happen.
It's fun. It's
been trending worldwide all day.
I know.
All over
that's
Facebook.
We've been all over the place, but Jeff, again, thank you for being in there for the association. And what expectation you're having for this event? Are you ready?
I'm excited. I'm excited. First and foremost, I thank you for your kind words. And growing up in the Flint community as a young kid, it's important to give back to my community. That's why I do what I do, and it's important to watch the up and coming future. Investing in these guys, and show them what our community does, so that our young leaders coming up, eventually when they're in that position, it's in their nature to give back to their community. And I think I see one of your buttons today just talked about like legacy, and that's the legacy that you want to leave behind, and educate our kids and show them the good that we can do.
I know that you are a very successful business owner.
Thank you.
And tell us a little bit of your business.
Yeah. So I own Phoenix Marketing, and we're a direct energy company. We supply electricity to gas and electric to businesses and homes, and be able to, in some cases, lower people's electric bills instead of paying what the utility is charging them a month. So in the wintertime, the electricity rates tend to rise, and we usually have a lower rate. We're able to save that customer some money. Along with that, we started campaigning for solar electricity, which you guys know is becoming very, very popular in eliminating your electric bill entirely, and be able to put some green, good energy in the environment. It's very important. And the past 6 months, I moved my business to Fall River last year about this time, and I thought it was important to be more active in my community, and being as successful we were. So we started helping out locally with some businesses and nonprofits, and really jumped into the community. I a number of different projects that I try to do every year, and it's not enough. It's a lot of people that are doing good, but there's never enough. There's always more to be done, and showing how important that is to our young future, to me, and investing in them is important.
So true. So true.
And the financial part of this is it's a big help for us, but is showing the successful business that you have, and it's funny because the first meeting we had, and my first request to you was because Jean St. Pierre was taking care of parts of the drug prevention program that we want to go into the schools and educate kids about the use of drugs and all of that. And Jeff stepped into the plate and said, I would like to go and speak. Look what you can get if you don't get involved with drugs. If you stay away from, you can look at me and say so. I think that even on that part, you're still with us. Even helping out with Jean on that beautiful design that we helped create for them for the Fall River Fights Addiction, and taking a concept and an idea, and and we had a beautiful benefit yesterday as well too. Over 100 people showed up for the event that he put on, and just another great event in the city, giving back, showing what we can do when we come together as a whole community. We had Gene here about a month ago, and we need to bring him back because I know he has a lot of updates. He's been doing a lot of work for the past month, so we need definitely bring him back and so he can give us the updates. Laura, and she's here representing a very special person that even she's not here with us. We can feel that her job still here, and she's still working. And I said it this morning on the radio, and I'm going to repeat it myself, how things work, and she brought us together. And it was because of her that we met the first time, and that's how things happen. And she's still doing her job. It's bringing communities together and bringing events together, and people helping each other. I know that this morning on the radio we were getting a lot of texts. A lot of people was signing up for the
event. Yeah, we
for the event. And I want to thank you for being in there with this event. And we're going to need as many volunteers as possible to turn that street into what we want to turn, in very short period of time. But on the same time, I know that you have another event that we're going to be helping too, and I would like you to talk about that event, and probably why don't we start first by the foundation and why you started the foundation.
So we started the foundation on March 31st of this year, 2016. It was a wish that Nelly, before she had passed away, She had written in her journal that she wanted to take all the money that people had donated to her for her treatments and put it into a foundation to help other people and give people that option to do what she wanted to do. Unfortunately, like a lot of the community people know, Nelly didn't die from the cancer. Nelly asked for an autopsy before she died, and the results came back a month and a half later that she ended up dying from becoming septic from medicine. That's a big issue going on right now in this world. There's a lot of different diseases out there that people target with meds. Meds have tons of side effects, and sometimes it kind of just puts a Band-Aid on that disease or that sickness or that that illness for a little bit. So I did make a promise to Nelly before she went, and that I would take that money. So we started off with our foundation successfully with $54,000. We have people right now, what we're doing, our purpose of the foundation is to grant individuals that have rare, critical, and life-threatening illnesses, and they don't have the means to do so with alternative therapies. Basically, the insurance companies today, they do not fund for these alternative medicines. They only fund for the pharmaceutical, the prescriptions, and they get cutbacks and all that from that. So I know, being in that predicament, I put a lot of time with the city. I was in the city hall for 9 years, and I was in housing for 9 years. I recently resigned in March from my housing job to volunteer my time solely to this foundation. And I had to take a big step back, me and my husband. But we have tons of people that are looking for help, seeking help, all ages, wanting to try the alternative medicine. We're also granting individuals for, with utility bills, gas, electric, or mortgage or rent. If they don't choose to use the money with alternative medicine, we do give them that option. We've also, me and Jeff, worked with the First Step In shelter in Fall River, the homeless shelter. They're ran by Step and Stone, and that's also a recovery program in the city. And something big too Nelly had requested before she passed is that we help the homeless. I don't know, she just was focusing on that right to the end, like, you need to help the homeless. Jeff, the year before, did Easter baskets and gave them away to kids in the community. So I joined with him this year and did that, and we actually also came together and also had, we fed the homeless on Easter. So it was pretty rewarding to be able to do that and help. A couple weeks ago, we also sponsored, me and Jeff from the foundation, the First Step In program, the wiffle ball tournament at Jerry Remy's at the Green Monster. It was a 95-degree weather day that morning, but it was awesome. Like, we all came together, our foundation, the shelter, friends and family of the shelter, and they made some money. They made some money, towards their agency. They only get grants. They only get so much a year. There's tons of homeless people with many mental illness, diseases, substance abuse issues. So we are targeting that too at the city, and again with Jean St. Pierre, I'm looking forward, me and Jeff, to working and helping out with the addiction problem here in Fall River. See what, we need to find more resources, sober homes, facilities, places these people can go and get their GEDs in, and that's also an illness that is created. Sometimes it's not, from that person, it can come from a drug, pharmaceutical drug. In any matter, but yeah. So we're having the Nelly Strong Day. That's Mayor Correa declared that in April for us, and we were supposed to have the Nelly Strong Day right around the time Janelle was passing, but at the time both mayors were going through their thing, and it was just a lot for the family and the community. So we kind of withheld from it for a little bit, and we gave the proposal in April to Mayor Correa, and he said, "You pick a day." So Jeff, me and Jeff got involved, and we get in the Guinness Book of World Records to come from London, England, to break a record of mass participation of angels in a crowd. And the last time it was beat, I always seem to forget this, it's either 2007 or 2011, am I right?
2011.
They broke a record in Germany of 1,039 angels in an area. So we're looking to beat that record by obviously 1,040 or more. But this event, it's an all-day event. It's from 9 to 4:30, July 30th at Durfee.
And I can ask that to roll.
Yep.
We had the picture. Here he is. the picture with the date and the times.
Yep. And if you want to register to be part of the Guinness Book of World Records, it's real easy. You just go on our website to the Nelly Strong Foundation Inc.org. There's a part on that website that says, do you want to participate in being an angel? You just click on it and register. It's free. We provide all the criteria, the halo, the wings, the overgarment. And again, it's going to be a huge day. We have a lot of performance from the city, outside the city, Portuguese kids. We have tons of games for kids, bouncy houses, the zoo, pet and zoos coming down. A lot of food truck vendors.
We don't have a water slide.
We don't have a water slide though.
Still in time.
We still have time.
I don't know where we're gonna get the
Still in
water from, but maybe we could. But so yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to be a good day. We're gonna, we're giving back to the community that day, and there's nothing that we could ever pay back to, to these people in and around Fall River for what they did when Nelly was going through what she was going through. And
1,040 people is a lot of people, and I know that department is with Jeff. How that's going to work and how people can participate on that.
Well, we got the words out.
that.
Parking's out. BCC has, helped out and lend a little bit of a helping hand, right over here, and people can come down here and park. One of the, is it Cerno? No.
Trebly's
Bus Company
donated 2 buses.
Donated 2 buses to help us bus people back and forth the day of the event. And the whole day of the event is, from 8:30 in the morning on. It's very, very broken down. We need volunteers for every 50 people showing up to help us attempt that record. Must be broken off into a group. They must have a number and be in their full costume. The halo, the wings, the whole 9 yards. It has to be all the way around. So when we actually have enough people to break the record, then they bring them over in groups of 50. The Guinness Book of World Record will judge each
So
person.
these people have to travel here to put that on record, right?
Correct. They must, yeah. So it's a mass participation crowd of angels. So everybody gets together. Once we have enough people to get them all together, we actually have to get them all together for a total of 5 minutes. Once we have everybody in line for that 5 minutes, the record will be officially broken, and we'll be official world record holders.
in Fall River.
Are you given the time that everybody has to be there
Yeah, so
at that time?
we're asking people to show up around 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning, and keep in mind that, we're giving people enough time frame to come, park their cars. It's a mass participation crowd, so be patient. Everybody's going to get, a halo, wings, costumes, the whole event's free that day.
Who's going to supply all that?
The foundation
halo,
did.
the wings. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, we
And
gave
where
back
did you guys go to get halo?
Heaven.
Literally.
Literally what it's
heaven.
called?
Literally.
Heaven.
So we got it though. We got
Had
it.
to
And,
call-
and it was
call it a
Nelly's
favor.
calling. It was Nelly's calling. So yeah, we called in a favor. It wasn't easy. We could have got them from Japan or China, but it would have took 12 to 18 weeks, and we
Oh
didn't
my
have time for
God.
that. So we definitely got some businesses that we didn't even have connections with. They weren't even from this area, and they heard of Nelly. And it just so happened that people, 8 states away heard of Nelly, and
Wow.
they made things happen. So,
I'd like to say, a special thanks to some of the people that have already stepped up in our community, some of the local businesses that we've been in contact. They made some very, very generous donations. Some of the partners that also work with me directly through my contacts in Philadelphia, they were very generous of stepping up and still stepping up as a company more and more each day to help, pull this day off and help give back to our community, because it is an important day. It's an important day to give back, and I think that's the most important thing is we want to give back to the community. We want to say thank you for all the love, all the support, everything that they've poured out, during this process. And we want to do some good. We want to be able to help some families. We want to be able to help people that actually need this help, and also work, along with another nonprofits here in the city as well too, to, really help our community come together.
Very good. I think it's going to be a very good event, and just like we mentioned this morning, we travel all over the country, and really, the only city this works, it's in Fall River, because we have we have everything in here. That we have the foundations, we have the associations, we have all the groups, the non-profit groups that really make this thing have events.
Right.
Other cities, the events are paid by the city. We have a very few that are paid by the city.
Right.
All the other hundreds and hundreds of events, it's done by companies, by foundations like yours, by associations like ours, and this is just forever. That's we won't find it anywhere else. This kind of stuff. So.
How many do you already have signed up?
Well, right now we have 358 angels signed up, but I'll tell you, not everybody is website savvy, and I've been getting that. So as Jeff and we have 14 other board members involved with our foundation. So we are going to get a slew of people registering at the registration tent that morning, and I just know that. So we're probably going to have more than enough. I'm actually sure of that. We only ordered 1,200 pieces, so anybody over 1,200, I mean, we're not going to be able to provide unless I can just cut things out and give it to them and put them on them. But you know, we are encouraging. This is for all ages, and it could, you know. Like Jeff said, we're going to be in the book. We're going to be in the Fall River, Massachusetts. Will be in the Guinness Book of World Records for breaking a record that day, and I just think that's awesome.
Yes, yeah, and it's a good event. I mean, Angel's finale. I think it's
Appropriate, yeah.
I think it's very, very appropriate. And we will have a couple more shows this month that we will you know, mention about this. I don't know how long we still have left, but we have enough time to bring us back to the 23rd and bring us back to
The fun we're
The
going to
water slide.
the water slide.
Let's talk about
You
that.
want to see me on the water slide?
Well, they're both going to go on the water.
I think so. I think so.
The question was after the show today was, are you getting on the slide, Jeff?
Depend how I will be there.
So are you getting on the slide, Jeff?
It's still on to be decided. You see how big the slide is first.
According to what I have been told, is that the water slide's going to be 25 foot high by 33 long.
Wow, yeah.
So it's a really long, and
Water
it's
slide,
full of palm trees, and the bouncer for the kids, it's with palm trees.
See?
So we're
Oh,
going to
that's cool.
have the sidewalks with palm trees. We're going to have our stage background with palm trees, and we're inviting Mickey Mouse and Minnie and SpongeBob to be there. We are in contact with a clown. Maybe we're going to have a clown there on the crowds. We hired a face painter, so we're going to have kids going to have their faces painted. We borrowed the games, the park games, from city recreation.
Nice.
And we're going to have teenagers, the couple of teenage bands that usually come and they play, you know, with the kids that we're talking about from Durfee High. So we're going to have a couple of bands on the live stage. We're going to shut down the streets at 3 o'clock for setup. We actually, and that's what I was talking to Laura about, is for us to turn Pleasant Street into what we're locking into, we probably going to have to start 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
I told people to come at 12, so.
Yes, to start everything, getting set up, everything up. And then at 3 o'clock, we shut the street down. Now we have 1 hour to work and to pump all the air into the water slide and to the bouncer and get all the games on the street and get everything set up. Open at 4 o'clock and we shutting down at 8 o'clock at night. So they're going to have an entire 4 hours to be there and to enjoy the park. And another thing, it's another challenge. I'm telling you, we go from turning a parking lot into a fairground and have a rodeo. You know,
That was fun.
I think we did it all. At this point, I think we did it all. Now it's turned into Pleasant Street into a amusement
Carnival,
park.
an island, Flint Island.
Yeah,
Look at that, huh?
yeah.
Instead of Gilligan's Island, Flint Island.
So
Carlos Island.
Carlos Island.
I like that better. Yeah.
we're glad that Trump's not our guest, so he's not going to
Trump's
ask for
okay.
passports.
Is that what
so.
it is? Okay.
You're allowed on the island without a passport.
That's good.
No, but we are planning a very good event. I'm asking all my volunteers to please dress up with the Disney costume from movies, so the kids will have kind of more, you know, the visual
Right.
and a lot of pictures taken, and I'm pretty sure that the kids going to remember this event coming next year. They're going to remember and they're going to ask for it again. And this is the purpose of this, probably, is to bring a small Disney park to Fall River for those kids that don't have a chance to go to Disney. And I think that's the goal that we're gonna make it out of here. Again, with the financial costs covered by Jeffrey, and with groups like the Nelly Foundation, with volunteers and Bay Coast. I have to thank Bay Coast because they will be there with volunteers. I think it's going to be a very good event, a event that the families can be there with the kids. Jeff, we have a couple of minutes, and anything else that you want to mention? Did I forgot anything?
No. I'm still thinking about the water slide. Actually, I'm gonna check this out.
I'm going to.
I mean, if I was a kid and and I was, you know, coming up Castry and I seen you know, that water slide.
Water
I might
slide that's tall as
reconsider
a building.
As an apartment building, yeah.
Oh, it's just again, it's just an honor.
They have to climb up.
Right.
I don't know if we're going to be able to climb up, so we can
I'll give you a
slide down.
booster.
We got a couple of people that are giving us boosts.
We're going to put like one of those ropes on our
yeah.
waist, so we're going to push ourselves up.
No.
And I'm trying to get that dump tank. Now that you guys talk to me about
dunk
the
tank. What do you think about?
I don't know who's going to be there.
I think we could pull off a celebrity dunk tank throughout the
think
city.
so.
I think you should do a politician.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Imagine the money you'd make there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
come dunk. You know, I don't want to throw anyone's name out
Yeah,
there.
don't
but-
throw anybody's name out. Let's just keep
I'll
it a
throw my-
Let's see if they're
politician.
going to ask.
Let's just keep it abroad. State
Keep it
or
abroad.
city
State,
politician.
city. Come on up and dunk.
Let's see if they volunteer.
3 balls for $1.
Let's see if they're going to volunteer.
I think we could pull it off.
I think so.
I do too.
I'm going to see if the company has one available for that day. We already have a big order of stuff that we're going to rent from them, but I will definitely add another thing there. Jeffrey, Laura, thank you.
Thank you for
We're
having
going to
us.
be pushing the Nelly Day
Yep, in Flint Pride.
and Flint
I'll
Pride.
be there in my shirt and
And-
shorts,
Thank you.
possibly flip-flops.
And thank you again for being with us. You have kids age enough to
They'll be
you
there.
too,
Me too, yeah.
to go there. And I see you next week.
See you next week.
Viva
Thank you.
Portugal.
Viva
That's right.
Yeah,
Viva.
Viva
Viva for
Portugal.
Riva. Represent the city.